friends, Satnam Namaste. Welcome to I'm Woke. I'm your host, Emelina. In today's video, I'm going to take you through how to be magnetic AF and magnetize your desires towards you. If you're new here, my name is Emelina. I'm a modern shaman, a spiritual mentor, a high-performance life coach and personal branding coach, an Akashic Records reader, and a psychic medium. And on my channel, you can expect videos on personal and spiritual development, as well as energy updates on the new moons, full moons, and pretty much weekly. Listen, I think you're gonna really love my channel. If that's all up your alley, then go ahead and tap that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Remember to like this video and drop a comment below. I also have a free guided meditation that I'm gonna link in the description below for you guys, where I teach you how to connect with your own internal original source connection. It will dissolve any karmic cords. It'll call your energy back to you. It'll help you feel more creative, satiated, content. It's a good energy clearing and energy amplification of your own personal arc field. You can go ahead and catch that link in the description below. All right, so how to be magnetic AF. So if you've studied or watched anything on the law of attraction, the law of assumption, any of these wonderful laws that run the universe, you know that you can either be attractive or magnetic for your desires or repulsive. You can be pushing them away or attracting them towards you. Obviously, we want to be attracting everything we want towards us with ease, and we want to know what traits or behaviors help the universe bring us our desires and what's meant for us faster. Something that's more easeful and fun and attractive. And we pretty much work like magnets. So we're drawing in what we already are, and we're sending away that which we haven't occupied within our own state of certainty and security and emotional stability. So with all of that, I'm gonna take you through 4 quick tips on how to make yourself more attractive so you can draw in from the law of attraction and everything else in this universe what it is that you're looking for and the best of circumstances with ease that are specifically meant just for you. Number 1 is to focus your attention on you. This is also called focusing on your frame, your own frame of reference, focusing on what you can control, not what you can't control. Focusing on how you feel, not about whatever chaos is going on around you or anything or everything else. If you've done any level of personal development work, you know that there are things that you can control, which has everything to do with you, how you feel, what you think, and how you act. And then there's a whole lot of circumstances that you can't control. And most of us become highly unattractive towards our desires and attracting our desires with the universe when we try to play God, when we try to do God's work, when we try to make things fit into place, and we try to control and manipulate the circumstances, the people, the conversations, the things that are happening in order to make ourselves receive what it is that we're looking for. And that can only work for a very small fraction of the time, because ultimately you're being highly manipulative and highly controlling, and that is very conditional in the eyes of the universe. Who knew? So the goal here is to identify what it is that you can control and what it is that you can't control. And if you can't control it, you're going to let it go. Don't even attempt to control it. If it is anything outside of your frame, outside of yourself, outside of your personal experience, it is not yours to control. It is yours to give up to Source and to say to Source, I trust you, Source, to do whatever needs to be done, but I am not above those other people. I'm not above those other circumstances. I don't need to control anything in my environment. All I need to do is be centered and balanced in myself and show up in my very best, expecting the best and doing everything I can on my side of the street to control what I can control, which is me. Now, when you focus your attention on yourself, you also want to focus your attention on what brings you joy. What are you actually looking to align with in terms of the solution? Because you can't solve any problem from the place of thinking in or about or around the problem. In order to solve a problem, you actually have to be in the mindset state of the solution, already occupying the state of the solution. When you realize that where you focus are the results that you're gonna attract, then you wanna place your attention on focusing on the results that would bring you joy, on the things that you can control that would bring you happiness, contentment, excitement, even in just a little bit. Acknowledging your preference towards joy and then refocusing your consciousness, your awareness, your attention, and your thinking on the end result of what it is that you actually desire. not the crunchy conflict, weird BS, funky circumstances in between. Because when you focus on the end result, and that's where you place your attention through the law of assumption, you allow Source to take care of the mess for you and organize to your end result. Source, the universe, is highly cooperative and wants to give you what you want, but you have to set your focus and your destination on the end result already being achieved, so that Source and the universe and the law of attraction, the law of assumption, all of them can then route everything around you in a cooperative way to that end result as you continually focus on that end result. And I say that like without attaching to the outcome, it's just that you need to have your focus on the end result of what you want already being achieved. Time is relative. All time everywhere is happening in theory right now in the quantum. So right now you could have a problem, and right now the solution also exists because there is a version of you that has already solved it, that has already worked through it, where the universe clicked a lot of things into place for you, for your circumstances to change. And all of that you might think is in the future, but it actually all exists right now. So if you identify it from the now, then you say to yourself and focus on what it is to have what it is that you want already done. It's already completed, it's already under your belt, you've already handled it, it's already been given to you. Because the reality is that that's true. That's true. In time space, that's true. And when you think about from the perspective of time space, that's how the universe, that's how God is looking at it. It's looking at it from time space. God isn't like living day to day. God is living in time space with the whole like matrix of everything in front of you. So when you identify your focus on the end result already being achieved, you allow Source to move all of the cooperative components to meet you. This is also what is called collapsing time, timeline jumping. And if you haven't seen my video, I did make a video on timeline hopping, timeline jumping, and collapsing time. You can watch that video. I'll link it somewhere in the card or in the description. Tip number 2 is to raise your own personal vibrational energetic frequency to attract better experiences. I have a couple ways of thinking about raising my frequency. The first thing that I like to do is in the morning. I literally do this in a couple of minutes. I just sit in quiet contemplation. I connect to myself, I connect to my guides, my honorable ancestors, and my higher self. And I just simply say, please dissolve the lower 50% of vibrational frequencies that are running in my energetic current in the energetic fields. And I take a few deep breaths in, and I allow them to neutralize and dissolve the lower frequencies, the lowest frequencies in my energetic experience. And then I ask them to amplify my higher potential, my higher energy awareness, my highest timelines or highest realities, and to raise my vibrational frequency. And I ask them to amplify the highest timelines so they feel more dense in my energetic presence, so I'll be naturally led towards the better decisions through my day. And the way I like to think about raising your vibrational frequency or your energy is like this. Let's say you are riding in a hot air balloon, all right? You're smoothly moving along, but you wanna go higher. You wanna raise your frequency. You wanna raise in altitude. Well, how do you do that? You have to drop a couple of the sandbags out of the basket. You have to drop some of the baggage so that there's less weight and less density so that you can then rise in altitude. And our emotional, mental, spiritual experience is really not that different. So see yourself as this hot air balloon, and there are 2 steps to raising your vibrational frequency every day. The first is focus on joy. Invest in joy. Do things you love, even little things throughout the day. Anything you can get your hands on that you're gonna enjoy, add it into your day, pack it into your day. Every day do at least one thing that brings you joy. And then the second thing is release the baggage. Any relationships that are causing conflict, let the conflict go. Resolve it within yourself. Sometimes you gotta let people go. And when I mean sometimes, I mean a lot of times. We can't make people come with us on our journey. It's a solo journey to raise in vibrational frequency. Some people will come with us, a lot of people won't, and that's gonna be okay. You don't wanna self-sacrifice just to have people around you. New people will come in. You will be supplied no matter what. Not to scare you guys off. Hopefully I didn't scare you guys off, but that's kind of a reality. Ultimately, the baggage is anything that causes you internal conflict. It is any relationship, any circumstance, any situation that lowers your own self-worth, that lowers your own value, that lowers your own personal confidence. Everyone we engage with and everything we engage with around us either gives us energy or depletes our energy. When you think about energy management in terms of relationship and in terms of commitments or events or any level of situation, then you can think about it like, will this event, will this person, will this relationship, will this conversation give me energy, which is to increase your value? Or will it decrease my value and take my energy away? Relationships should be cooperative. Most of your engagements in your life should be highly cooperative, which is to build your energy, not to subtract from it. So be mindful of that and release any baggage. You don't have to hang on to conversations or conflicts or situations in any way that cause you discomfort or conflict. You can literally just let it go. You can let it go from your consciousness. You can just be like, this really is just not a priority for me. It doesn't matter that much to me. My inner peace, my inner union, my happiness and my contentment matter a lot more. So I'm just gonna let it go, even if it's not resolved. And that's really important for you guys to know. You're not always gonna get a pretty little bow to tie lots of situations up and lots of relationships up with to make it like resolved. A lot of situations aren't resolved and you still have to find your inner resolve, which is literally understanding and knowing your priorities. I think about this all the time. I'm like, I am in tune with my priorities and my priority is my inner peace. And if it costs me my inner peace, I drop it. I don't even care if it's resolved. I literally will just let things go. And that is letting the baggage go so that you can raise in vibrational frequency. Now, what's channeling through right now is the caveat that if you drop a lot of baggage quickly, expect a level of vertigo because you might be raising your frequency more than you anticipated, a little bit faster than you thought, which might like make you a little queasy. So do it at a pace that you can sustain, do it at a pace that your body can handle and can integrate, which is kind of attending to the comfort levels of the body. I guess what I'm saying is don't overdo it. Take off a little chunk at a time. You'll have a lot more comfortable of an experience of raising your vibrational frequency, of elevating in altitude. Number 3 is treat yourself like gold. You set the standard that everyone else around you decides that how they're gonna treat you. You teach people how to treat you. You train them how to treat you. If you treat yourself like crap, you overwork, you don't take care of yourself, you're in constant inner turmoil, running around like a chicken with your head cut off, not emotionally balanced, always feeding to everyone else's needs before your own. You are literally training everyone else around you that is your core state, your core vibrational frequency, and for them to treat you that way. So if you want to be treated well, treat yourself well. Every interaction we have with every other human out there is training ground for how we train and teach people how we want them to treat us, which really goes back to our tip number 1, which is focus on you. Bring your attention back to yourself. Focus on what you need and give it to yourself. Give yourself the self-care. Take care of yourself in absolutely every way. You are your own best friend. You are gold, and everyone else will reflect that back to you when you really own that. Tip number 4 is close down energetic courting daily and call your energy and call your power back to you every single day before you go to sleep. Throughout the day, we have different conversations. We have different thoughts. There are different relationships that come into our sphere. We're interacting with lots of different people. And for each of these little events, for all of the thoughts, for all of the feelings, for all of the things we think about other people, for all of the conversations, for all of the gossip, keep that one in mind. And don't gossip, but if you do, just know that it's contributing to this as well. This is all sending your energy out towards other people, other places in time and space. And that's fine. We live our day-to-day life, right? But before you go to bed every single night, call your power back to you. From all the conversations, from all the thoughts, from all of the events, from all the things that you thought you were gonna do, all the places you thought you were gonna go that you didn't go. Call your energy back to you. Just see all of your energy, literally before you go to sleep, like 3 deep breaths, see all of your energy coming back into your heart, into your solar plexus, into your auric field. And you can do a simple soul retrieval. I have a video I uploaded on doing soul retrievals. They're very simple. I will link it in the card or in the description somewhere below. But ultimately, call your power back from all of the places that you sent your energy to throughout the day at the end of every day, which brings you back into wholeness while you sleep, while you go into energetic repair, while you do your energetic ascension work and astral travel, whatever it is that you're doing while you're sleeping. And then you wake up the next day in a higher vibrational frequency so that you can then attract even better experiences and circumstances. All right, I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. If you loved it, please go like the video below. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you do. Are there any practices you have to raise your own frequency that you love or that are unique to you? I would love to know. Let me know below. And as always, remember to subscribe and tap that bell for notifications. And if you love my energy and love my vibe, I'd love to invite you to work with me. I have a number of ways that we can work together that I will link in the description below. Both my program called The Phoenix, which walks you through a personal transformation in your own radical authenticity, your confidence, your personal identity. I also have the Transformation Accelerator, which is a personal branding and spiritual development program, which is an incredible transformation program. A couple of beautiful online programs, including an Akashic Records training to teach you how to read your own Akashic Records, as well as a couple of meditation albums. I think you guys are gonna love all of it. Check some of that out. Let me know if you have any questions. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon.